Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know who I am O Michelle Andrews, and to my other social media platforms, I am Onu Michelle. That's on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. So, okay guys, it's on a Wednesday today, and I feel like we should talk about things that can drain our mentality. And so let's call it a mental Wednesday, because the things I'm gonna talk about, they're really mental based. So let's start with insecurities. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my own experience. Okay, so for the longest time, I've always been putting myself last, and every other person used to come first. So before I did anything, before okay, like just to make it familiar, most content creators understand what I'm talking about. So before you do anything, before you talk about anything, I mean generally just life wise, before you talk about anything, you just wanna think about what will A say, what will B say. But now I'm so glad, because I've been able to fight my insecurities. I don't want to look like A or B for me to be able to be a content creator. I don't have to dress like A or B to be able to be somewhere and stuff. So I mean, it's a breakthrough for me, because I've been struggling with that, and for the longest time I've always been selfish when it comes to me. I've always been like, what will people think of me? What will people perceive of me? But right now, it's not about what the rest of the people will think about. It's only you and the people who matter to you, and the people who are close to you, and the people who love you. So just be you, do you. Make yourself happy. Don't think about what other people will think. Don't think about what other people will say, because at the end of the day, they don't matter. So these are some of the things that keeps on draining so many people in this life, not to only fix ourselves on content creators and stuff. I'm just talking about everyone, like, generally life wise. So I'm sure you're familiar with what I'm saying. And even when it comes to decision making, we're always like, what will A say? What will B say? But we're forgetting, like, we should be making decision based on your own situation at that particular moment. So that's that, and I think it's the biggest breakthrough to me, because right now I can do so many things the way I want, the way I feel, the way how do I say, the way, like, um the way it should be done, and considering my situation, because people always are so quick to talk about other people's situation, but they're never on your shoes. They don't know what you're going through, they don't know why you did what you did. So to me, that's the biggest breakthrough, and I hope some of you all learn from me. So, and then we have this other thing, like, so many women, or at least let's say 90% people on social media and everywhere are always talking about wanting a soft life and stuff. So what does soft life mean to you? Because I've realized, like, soft life has a different definition when it comes to everyone, and you have to know, like, what direction you're heading towards that. Like, how do you understand that soft life term? Because, like, everyone just talking about they want soft life, soft life, soft life. So what is this soft life? Because to me it might mean, like, I just want to travel the world, and through manifestation, like, I need to work hard for it, I need to earn it, not just to wake up just because I'm cute, just because I'm pretty, just because I think someone else owes me a soft life, so I should just come on social media and start demanding it. No, like, so there's this peer pressure of soft life and stuff. And okay, when it started, it wasn't looking so confusing as it is right now, because if you ask so many ladies the definition of soft life, they don't even know what they're saying. People just think, like, uh it's getting a mubaba, it's getting a mubaba to take you to Dubai, to take you to places. Okay, so what have you done to that mubaba to give you all that money? Like, where are those wababas being get? So I just think like people are so different. So I don't know what soft life means to you guys, but I just think a soft life should be nothing and the struggles. Like, okay, yeah, you've worked your ass off, you've managed to get yourself off the struggling levels through working hard and so many things. I don't know. Yeah, through so many things, like what to do who or mocha because of so many things, but not because of risking your life. Because you understand, if you're waiting for a mubaba to come and do all these things to you, it might be risky. I don't want to get deep into that, but you understand what I'm saying. I believe everyone is mature enough to understand what I'm saying. So this soft life and shit, you have to be careful to be able to understand how you're going to acquire it and what it means to you, because people perceive shit differently and you just might get shocked what you think is not what other person thinks. So yeah. Okay, so another thing is, let's talk about finances. We are adults. Right now, there's so many bills to pay. Definitely, I'm talking about people who are paying bills, bill payers. So, I'm sorry. So, there's so many bills to pay. You need to save. And there's inflation everywhere, like around the world. It's not only in Kenya, but the worst thing about our country is that our country is broke. So I don't understand this shit, because everywhere, generally, all my friends who are doing business, I myself, I do business, and I can tell you everything is slow. Things are not going like the way they used to go. So I was thinking it's only on my end, but only to confirm with so many of my friends on other business fields, they're complaining about the same thing. So, it can be draining, it can be depressing, especially if you're the breadwinner in your family. And when I'm talking about the breadwinner, I'm talking about like you might be the elder sibling in your family taking care of your younger siblings. You understand? You might be a husband who steps in a lot to take care of your family. You understand? So it can be draining when you just wake up, go to town, expect some shit to happen, and then you come back home, nothing has happened. I mean, it can be really draining, because at the end of the day, you need to put food on the table, bills need to get paid. I mean, there's so many shit, when it comes to finances. I know you understand. So it can really be draining and depressing. And so if you think you're the only one who's going through something, like, just look at it like in the business world. Like right now, there's inflation, and even our government is broke. So I think the circulation of money is not even so good in so many places, owing to the fact that we are in a town, we are in Eldoret town. So yeah, like, you just need to be positive, keep pushing, because with business, we expect shit today, and tomorrow there might be something else, and that's just how it works. So that's the business world. You don't have to expect it to be a celebrating mode every day, like every day there's money coming in and stuff. No, like, customers can come in handy today, and tomorrow there won't be nobody, and the next day there won't be nobody, and then the rest of the other days there will be someone. So that's how shit just goes, and that's how just everything works. So it can be really draining because of the bills. And when you're an adult, the only thing that is so much on our mind is money, 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 money this, money that, money this, money that. So this is where it can be depressing. So just looking, guys. I mean, hang in there, because this is business world, and I've already explained what's happening. So you're not the problem. Your business is not the problem. It's just everything that is happening in this world. And I just hope things get better, especially for the third world countries, you know. So yeah. So another thing I'm gonna talk about is, there's a lot of peer pressure. Okay, I'm glad I always work according to my pace. I always I always take time to do things that I wanna do, depending on my pockets, depending with moods, depending with my timing, you know. I don't have to do things because B is doing things. So this is one of the things that is killing so many people on social media, and it's really crazy because it's mental draining actually, you know. It can really be depressing at the same time because I'm still shocked, like at this moment people haven't understood, like there's a lot of faking on social media, you know. I can be I can just wake up and take cool pictures, and you'll just end up thinking, okay, cool pictures because I have a good phone and stuff, and you'll end up thinking someone is living their best life, but it's just clear pictures and something. So you thinking like people are just living their best life, people are always loaded because they're having clear pictures down social media. I think it's the biggest scam, and you don't have to be dumb for that, you know. Like people just like pictures. Like me, I just like pictures I can post there, and it makes me happy because I want people to see my outfit. I want to promote what I sell. I want people to see my makeup. I want to promote the makeup that I use and stuff. And so you're thinking like, just because someone is taking pictures and stuff, someone is a millionaire or something. No, it doesn't work like that. You understand? Like people can hire Range Rovers just to look flashy on social media, but in real life, like, how do they live? You understand? So I think I think mental instability and so many of these depression things start when you start faking so much, you know. I mean, okay, fine, like you can take pictures. The way people think like you have money, it's none of your business, because it's not like you've splashed money there for people to think that you have money, or it's not like you've said you're a millionaire somewhere for people to think you're a millionaire. That's their own problem. When it comes to hiring vehicles, what else? Hiring choppers and stuff, people will think like that's the same exact lifestyle you live, but at the end of the day, you understand, these people get tired of faking, and this is why they end up getting depressed. They end up having mental issues, you know. So I decided to come here to talk about that because I see people falling for that, and for me, I don't know why it never really drains me, because at the end of the day, I just love being real, you know. If I'm undo the gang, I'm just undo the gang, and I'm never embarrassed about that. Like missing a Gary, you understand? Like, but people don't wanna say shit, and they think it's some kind of embarrassment. But I think being real is some form of flex, because you're already talking into people not thinking what they're thinking. You're talking into who you are, you know, like the authenticity in you. So I think people should just live their lives, you know, and don't even copy anyone, because I understand people are crazy there on social media. People can go to some people can do so many things just to look rich on social media, you know? And I'm not talking about people who like going to the restaurants and having fun and taking pictures. Yes, you're supposed to have that. Live your life, like enjoy yourself, because you only have one life. And I mean, you're not just supposed to be looking cute. I mean, you're not just supposed to not look cute just because people will think some type of way about you. No, just look cute, look pretty. Do your makeup, dress, you know, dress nicely, smell nicely, meet the people you love, meet the people you enjoy being with, you know. That's what that matters. I mean, look good, but I'm just talking about the level of going to hire these big vehicles just to look flashy and to attract women on social media, or to attract men on social media. And then in the end of the day, like, fine, we'll think you're rich, we'll want to roll with you and stuff, like, but how long are you gonna sustain that kind of lies? How long? Like, I don't want to talk about someone, but at least we've heard about someone dating a certain socialite, but then seems like the guy wasn't rich like the way it was claimed. So the guy ended up leaving the guy ended up leaving that apartment, and the lady's left by herself. But and the speculations are is that the guy like had won a certain jackpot, and he wasn't managing his money properly, and he started like, like spending and spending and spending until it reached that point. So I think this is one of the things that you really need to be aware of, and you really need to control yourself, because I'm telling you, faking life is really influential, and faking life is really a peer pressure thing. Yeah, like it just comes from the people who are close to you. Like your friends will start doing stuff for the media to think they're millionaires, maybe to attract other rich people, and you'll start also doing other things. But how long can you sustain the lies? Like, I think it's just good for you to be authentic, because at the end of the day, even if you're looking for someone on social media, you're supposed to attract someone who matches your personality, you understand? Like someone who knows who really you are, because if you keep on lying, you're going to attract someone who thinks like, this is the class of my lady, this is the class of my man. And truly that's not what it is, because when you start dating or when you start hanging out together, you realize like you're putting some pressure on yourself because you lie to someone. So that's another thing. And then last but not least is that always talk into good things. Always, manifest, like talk into good things and then manifest, but don't talk too much and you're not working towards it. Work on it. Don't go there on social media, start saying, I want to do blah, blah, blah. No. Beyonce said, begin working on it. Don't judge someone else who's not doing it. Just start working, and then if you're working, at least you can talk into it. Because see, sometimes if you talk about something that you haven't even put a strategy to start working on, there's just something that holds you back, because your mind keeps on telling you you've talked about it, definitely you're gonna do it. But it's not about thinking, it's about like working towards it. What's your plan? What's your strategy? What time have you set for that specific thing? So I think it's just good to start working on things before you start talking into it. And manifesting also is a form of good strategy. And another thing, there's no problem if you like good things. If you like good things, like you're just manifesting on your diary or on your list book, talking into wanting good life, talking into wanting to be paid good money in good jobs, talking into traveling, talking into, if you're a family woman, if you're a family man, I don't see if there's a problem with that. So I've been in certain groups, certain WhatsApp groups, and I think people okay, some people are always feeling bad when you're talking into good things, and they're just thinking like you're a slay queen, and they're always thinking you're talking into fantasy and stuff. No, anything is possible, as long as you're manifesting it, and as long as you're working towards it, and as long as you have a strategy and a plan towards it. Let no one tell you like shit can't happen. This is the problem with people who have less energy or unmatched energy or negative energy, just because they think they're not that person, or just because they think they can't do that shit. They want to bring the same kind of negativity towards other people, and that kind of bad spirit is what I'm trying to talk about. It's really draining, and I don't like it. It's really draining. Like, why do you have to tell someone you're living in fantasy? Because first, they want to be married into a good family. Second, they want like cute kids. Third, they want to be financially stable. Fourth, they want to be paid this kind of salary. Who are you to stop them? Let people live their life. Let people say whatever they want to say, as long as it's not affecting you. I don't understand why you're getting mad. you know at that young age you're getting mad because someone is manifesting it into something that you've never imagined you could even manifest yourself into. I think it's you're the one having a problem. Actually, another thing that comes with mental draining, I realized it's your circle. And I should have started with that because it's really so important. So sometimes you might be, okay, we are always friends and you have variety of friends depending on so many shit. I mean, different friends play different roles in your life. So, but sometimes when your circle is kind of too much negative, or like those people who just think like shit can't happen. Those people who just think God can't move mountains and stuff. Like that kind of circle, I think it's the worst you can ever have, because even if you have the hugest energy, even if you have the hugest spirit to do something and you're always motivated, you're always in a good mood, your attitude is right, you just find yourself beginning to behave like them. You're always like, this can't go through, this won't happen, and you haven't even tried. So I think the circle really plays a big role in your life. It can determine if good things are going to happen to you, and you realize like if people are beginning to get blessed in your circle, I mean, if good things are beginning to happen in your circle, that probably means like God is there, and things are happening, like there's progress. But then you realize sometimes you talk into so much negativity. You're always thinking falsely. You understand, to think falsely, like shit is not just shit is just not gonna go through, shit is just not gonna happen, and you haven't even tried. You don't have the right mood, you don't have the right attitude, so how do you expect things to happen? So I'm sorry to say, like sometimes the people who drain us are the closest. It can be family, it can be friends, and cutting them off is always difficult because, yeah, it's family. You've been with your family. I mean, you understand how it's difficult to cut off your family. The second thing, you understand how it's difficult to cut the friends like you've grown up with, they've been your childhood friends. They know you inside out. So it comes with so many bold decisions that you have to make as an individual, because cutting them off is not just easy. But you understand, if you do that, like with time you're just gonna cope, and with time it's just gonna be good for you. At this moment in life, as I said, just be selfish, keep yourself first before you keep other people. Look into things as if they were like, is it draining me? Is it costing my peace? Is it making me have the right attitude? Is it making me feel sick? Is it making me feel wasted? Like, just think about yourself for the most part. This is why you need to talk into your boundaries with your friend, with your family. Let them know what they're saying is not good for you. Let them know how they're behaving towards you is not gonna work better on you. So that's what I'm saying, guys. And I just hope everything I've said helps someone somewhere. So thank you so much for taking your time into listening to everything I have to say. The most part of my YouTube channel is doing talks, but sometimes there's so much to say, but time, and again, what else? Sometimes you just don't want to like go deeper into some details, because you understand, we know so many people, we associate with so many people, so we wouldn't want them to think like we are attacking them indirectly. So this is a teachable channel, you understand? Like, this is just not a channel to just come and start yapping and just start saying things without thinking carefully into it and stuff. This is a teachable channel, so I wanted those people who would like to be part of my mental Wednesdays to contact me or to comment there on my YouTube section, so that at least we can be able to meet with them and talk into so many things about this, because I understand I've just talked about a few of them, but there's a lot of things to talk about this. And so I want to keep a certain day for the mental Wednesdays. And yeah, I mean, yeah, today's on a Wednesday, but it can be even on a Thursday, on Friday, just depending on so much. But I just wanted to have a chit chat with so many people, because you understand, the way I perceive things is not the way people perceive things. The way I take things is not the way people take things, because we've walked on different shoes. So we never know what's what and why people do things the way they do. So it's not about judging anyone. I just want everyone to feel positive, and this is my channel, so you expect me to talk about my experience and the people I've socialized with and stuff. It's nothing to be pointing fingers at anyone or judge anyone. And so yeah, that shut up, cat. Yeah, so ciao, good night. It was a really good time for me to be talking about all this, and I hope it helps someone somewhere to this.